All right. So we have a limper. Weaker player limps. I like to ISO. Maybe I should go a bit bigger here. Be out of position. And it's already a limp. Yeah, so I think I should probably go $2 here. Okay, we're called in 2 spots. And we flop a nut flush draw. Okay, I actually went over this hand recently. I think we're gonna try to find a sample that I haven't seen recently. Before Sunday. Let's even go back further. Okay, I don't think I had a HUD at the time I was playing these hands, but that's okay. That must be a misclick. Okay, so after we misclick, we see this flop. This flop's generally good for our 3-betting range. However, with that weird misclick sizing, like we look super fishy. We're probably gonna get many folds. I'm kind of like checking back. Okay, the 5 is relatively, I mean, the 5 is a blank card. So if we had put in a 3-bet, like our advantage would be, we'd still have our advantage if we put in a normal size 3-bet. But at this point, we don't really have equity. I don't know how much fold equity we have. We might have, I mean, we have showdown value, barely, probably not much. He opened, called, so he's filtered a bit. He's filtered to like king X pocket pairs. Maybe in like 6-7, or I'm sorry. I don't think he really ever has 5-7. Could have in like 7-8 suited. In which case we're ahead. He doesn't have all that much. Well, he's gonna, yeah, not ahead. We're crushed. So I think I like checking back here. Okay, 4 comes and he just bets huge. I think like he should be doing this. He should be doing this a 7-8. I don't know how many 4s he has in his pre-flop range when he's opening and then calling a shittily size 3-bet. When I check back the turn, I don't think I really have that many kings, although I should. So I should be checking back. So I should be checking back the turn with some kings. So I think I'm calling with all my kings here for sure. He's kind of just saying it's like 7-8 or ace-4. It's pretty thin. We have an ace. We don't block ace-4 suited. I don't really know what he's revving for the size. I guess like king, queen, maybe, or ace-4. 7-8, ace-4. I don't even think king, queen. Okay, we decide he's not revving much. And he's got ace high. Okay, a couple limpers, so we size up with jacks out of the small blind. Board's low, it's connected, two-tone. Their limp calling range does have like 4s, 6s, 7s. So this board's actually not as good for us as I probably originally thought. We do have a diamond. But like hands like 8, 9, 7, 8, 6, 7 makes sense. 5, 6 makes sense for them to have in their limp calling range. So yeah, actually, I think out of position against 2 players, I may play this hand as a check. But as played, we decide to bet small and we get raised. We get min raised. Oh, I'm sorry, it's only against 1 player. Okay, yeah. I think it's fine. Fine against 1 player to have a small leading or small betting. To be betting here with a small sizing. We do get min raised. This is a spot where you can have a bunch of raises. Like I said, his limp calling range is pretty strong on this board. But we have an overbear, we have a diamond. It'll be a little too soon for us to fold. Okay. 10 if he was bluff raising with 8, 9, he gets there. Other than that, like I think the 10 is pretty neutral. He could still have hands like 8s or 9s, but I expect them to have opened pre. So he bets half pot here. I would expect hands like A7, A6, Ace4 to slow down 4-5, 6-5. Maybe they keep betting. Diamond draws, maybe keep betting. For this size, kind of a weird size. Like, not really sure what to make of the half pot bet here. Could have some 2-pair hands, some 6, 7, makes sense. Okay, the 8 of clubs. Now, like if he was bluffing, or if he had a hand like 7, 9. I don't think, I mean, 10, 9, he could have had a hand like 10, 9, he raises a flop with 10, 9, maybe. Yeah, I guess the 8 helps him a bit. Also, a hand like 7, 8 makes 2-pair now. Although I think 7, 8 might check back the turn. So we check and he bets about a little less than half pot. Okay, so really the only busted draw here is diamonds, and we have a diamond. You raise flop, bet turn, bet river. Like, I don't see him having many bluffs here. Yeah, I think I like this fold. That's crazy. Okay, open nines get flat on the button by a weaker player. And overcalled from the big blind. Okay, so button just over bets. I can see him doing this with like a queen, king, queen. Queen Jack. Maybe even like 9-10. I mean, I guess he could be doing a small flush as well. Doesn't want to see another club. There's like some chance he's just doing it with a big club. Ace of clubs, maybe. Maybe he has like ace deuce with ace of clubs, something along those lines. Okay, so he just has a queen. Oh. So he's overbetting there with just a queen. Like, it's interesting. So if players are doing that, right, then like just checking value hands here just goes way up in value. Like if I check my flushes, I check my overpairs. They just bomb it. Like, that's way too merged, especially for an overbet. Okay, so we have one limp. Looks like the small blind could be a weaker player, small sample. I guess I didn't have this HUD at the time, so. But I have it now and I'm using it now, so might as well get used to using it. But it looks like the limper is a whale, maybe. At least pre-flop. So we go ahead and limp. I think I actually like raising this hand. I got like ISOing, getting heads up with the fish. Player in the big blind seems like he could be a decent player. So like getting him out of the hand and getting one-on-one with the fish is probably the best outcome here. Okay, we flop a monster. Okay, so his limp call, he's got hands like 3s, 4s, 5s, 6s, 7s, 8s, 9s, 8, 9 suited, 6, 7 suited. So when he bets here, he could have a variety of, he could have some strong hands, he could have some sets. You could just have some 7x, could have some overcards, could have a bunch of hands, right? Okay, so we like to call. I'm trying to think if I like a raise better. But like right now we have 9 high, but we just have so much equity. But can we make a flush? And he just bets huge. Doesn't feel like there's any real reason to raise here. We're gonna give him a chance to bet big again on the river. And there's always a chance for flush over flushed. Probably pretty rare. But now when he bets big, like thinking maybe he has a hand like, I guess you could have a hand like ace-7 with the ace of spades. Could just have a flush. Okay, queen comes. He bets big again. So now I'm actually kind of worried like he has a flush. So it could be that he bet flop with a flush draw, gets there, bets big with a flush. Or it could be bets flop with a queen, spikes it, bets big, bets big again. I mean, I don't think I can fold this flush here. I guess he could still have like 5s, 3s, 7s. He could have a full house. But I just don't think we're going to be folding a flush here all that often. Okay. He has a gut shot. So he fluffs a gut shot with a flush draw, backdoor flush draw. He bets. The front door flush draw comes in and he piles. And the queen, like, I guess like he's really just repping spades. But since I have spades, easy call. Okay, open in a very short stack. 3 bets, fairly small. Levanna doesn't mind going multi-way. I like just calling here and hopefully bring a few people along. It's a super, super dry flop. And our guy just jams. For 2/3 pot. Meaning I need about 30% equity. Okay, so we have a limp under the gun. And I open to $1.50 from the button. 2 calls. Shorter stack in the small blind. We have some showdown value. We don't want to get jammed on. We have the right suits to bet. I guess we block some continues. But yeah, I think I like checking. So the 9 comes, the small blind bets small. You could certainly be doing this with a jack. With a hand like queen 10. With a 9. Sort of any piece of the board probably. And he just gets flatted. So what types of hands are flatting there? Some draws, queen 10, spades, maybe hearts. I guess a hand like Jack X could be flatting there as well. Like Jack X might have checked the flop and then just call when the 9 comes because small blind could have a 9. Okay, Jack on the river. Okay, small blind's counterfeits. So blind versus blind, we 3-bet. It's a great board for us, but he just leads 2/3 pot. I don't think like, I don't think people are doing this with strong hands. Especially on a dry board. Like, why wouldn't he check if he has an ace or a king? Yeah, why wouldn't he check? Like, there's no scary turns. Like, even if I check behind. This seems super fishy. I'm not buying it really. I don't like my fold there. But hey, he's just got a king. So I guess that's something to keep in mind. Like, yeah, it's not strong, but it could just be a king. I guess it's quite a large size. He's got 30 behind. I mean, I just suspect like if he's doing this with a king, he's probably doing this with like nines, tens. Right? Maybe, I don't know. He opened, I 3-bet, he calls. I mean, I guess, yeah, he's not doing it with an ace. Maybe a raise is the play. When they do this type of shit, they're like, they're just so mergy when they just lead like this. I think like with an ace, I'm just calling. Maybe I should be raising without an ace. Okay, he limp calls again. I think like pocket pairs, 3s, 4s, 5s, 6, 7s. Some 10 jack, maybe some 6, 7 suited, 7, 8 suited, 9, 10 suited. 9, 10 suited might be opening, 7, 8, 9 suited. Things like that. This is a pretty dry board. I'm doing quite well still. I have aces, kings, queens. Ace, queen. Yeah, I think I like c-betting here. I like c-betting here when I have like ace high and maybe not c-betting here if I have aces. I don't know. I don't know if that makes any sense. Okay, 9 of diamonds comes. That doesn't help me out at all. He's filtered a bit. He's filtered. Once he calls, he's got pocket pairs still. Lower than a queen. He's got queen X, queen jack, queen 10. Yeah, so I don't think I can just keep barreling here. But maybe I can. Not really. I mean, I don't have much equity. Like I can't, it's hard for me to improve my hand. And I have some showdown value, but I think once he calls my c-bet, I don't suspect it. I mean, like if he's calling with 7, 8, he gets there, but I don't suspect I have the best hand. And I don't think I can just keep barreling all my ace highs here. So I check and he goes for a little over third pot. So about 20% pot entitlement. What types of hands to be doing this with? Like maybe 7, 8, trying to get a call. But maybe some pocket pairs. 7s or 8s. I think 10s are raising pre. I think 8s probably are too. 4s could be bluffing here with 2s, 3s, 4s. Could have a set, 5s or 6s. And I'm opening big from the small blind. I really need to start protecting my checking range in these spots. People are just firing. Okay, one limp, big ISO, and a call out of the small blind, call out of the big blind. He just leads here. I guess you could have a hand like Queen Jack, King Jack. Maybe Ace Jack. I don't know. Or you could have Ace 9, 9, 10. Hands like that. I think it's raised. So the raise, what is it? Pocket deuces or Jack 9? And then like some Queen 10. I guess when he raises, he could have a hand like King Jack or Ace Jack. Or deuces or nines. What? It's facing two players with no clubs. I like to check here. Shorter stacks. I don't want to get jammed on. They're more likely to jam. I mean, I guess like I don't have any showdown value. This may be a bet. I think I should be betting tighter against multiple players, so I don't mind checking. I don't know what's going on here. I'm like, okay, big blind check twice to me. And this other guy check behind. I would expect him to be betting straight draws, flush draws. Things at the 6 would help. So I guess like he's sort of just got overcards to the board, and then I just suspect that the big blind is super capped. I guess that's what's going on here. But instead they both call. And then I give up. Okay. Queen 3 takes it down. Whoa, what the fuck? So I was ahead until the river. All right, King 9-4. I have King Jack. Two-tone. I think if I check back, based on the way these hands have been going, I think checking back is for sure the right play. I think I check back, I give them a chance to just bet like any random cards. So I hope I check back here. Okay. 7 of hearts, he checks to me again. And now this is a spot where I can just attack with my air hands. I can just attack with overbets and expect to get tons of folds. But because I actually have a value hand, I think I probably want to bet, I don't know, 2/3 pot, something around that range. Okay, so I ISO this player. Get a call from the small blind. Okay, I think ace 10, I think the 10's maybe a bit too vulnerable to check behind here. But I mean, based on his stack size, we don't mind if he like check jams here. We have the best hand most of the time. They got like a small bet. But we do like to check and we see a 7 on the turn. You know, he starts betting, he goes pretty small. I think we just have to have some raises against the sizing. And I think that this hand makes sense to raise here. I think raising, I get to charge his draws. I get to charge a worse 10. I get to charge his pairs that aren't folding, like a 7. I'm sure he folds out all of his air, but some of his air has overcards to mine. And I'm not sure he's gonna keep betting. I don't know like what this board's gonna like. I'm not sure how many rivers he keeps betting on. Like any high card, he's probably giving up unless he has it. So I think I like a raise here. Now the king comes and he checks. I think he's never checking a king. So I think we're okay to value bet here. Target some 10s, 7s. Seems a bit small. I think we can get a call from a worse 10 for like $4. Same with the 7. Yeah. I think we went just a bit small there on the end. And also if we raise the turn, we're gonna be making some money. Okay, what types of hands do I expect this guy to be betting here? Definitely way too merged, some pairs, some 7s, some 8x. I don't think really 9-10 without a club. Of course, he's betting some flushes here. He could have some sets as well. He could have 7-8. Yeah, I think this is fine for me to give up here with this hand. I guess we have king high and we have backdoor straight jaw, but it's monotone board. Yeah. Makes sense that he would be betting a 7. When I say it makes sense, I mean, I'm not surprised. Okay, I think this hand could be 3-bet quite often, but here we like to call. King is a better card for him. Yeah, I guess we're just check folding. We're just giving up. Once we check twice. Okay, we go huge with our 4-bet, which is interesting. I guess we're never folding now. So he just calls. Types of hands is he just calling with? Ace king, queens, jacks, aces, kings. Do we have a pot size bet left and the flop is king high? We don't really gain much by betting. In fact, maybe we're easier to play against. Maybe a small bet. I could see an argument for a small bet here. Because we might be betting small with a hand like ace, king, or aces. But we'd also be checking those hands. So I think checking here is fine. He checks again. Starting to feel more like jacks. But he could still be checking a hand like ace, king, or kings. So I think I actually like a check behind here as well. Again, like there's not a whole lot of protection. Maybe he has an ace, so protecting against 3 outs. Potentially he has like ace, queen of diamonds, but he's not folding to a small bet, so I don't really see any value in betting here. Okay, second king comes. Now I think we can get some value. Now I think we get some value from a hand like tens or jacks. I got like a small size here. Third pot, probably. I don't like a big bet. I don't know what that's all about. I'd like to know what I was thinking a game. Like, I guess he's checked 3 times. I'm just thinking, trying to put jacks in a hard, tough position here. I don't know, for this size, like aces and a king are like calling me for sure. And jacks or tens might be folding. So I think I like going a lot smaller, maybe like $12. Okay, so he flatted the original razor and then called my squeeze. Because he's got some ace jack, ace queen hands, but he's also got pocket pairs like sevens or eights, middling pocket pairs, also these low pocket pairs. I think he's doing quite well on this board. He's an overpair sometimes. He's a set sometimes. I do have the queen of diamonds, so I block some of his flush draw continues, I guess. Should we go for a third pot bet? I don't know. I guess it's okay. I don't really know. Yeah, see, there's the problem, right? His sevens and eights are just jamming here. His sets are jamming, at least putting in a big bet. And oh, wonder if I had a read on this guy. I don't know what the hell that was. What am I thinking when I re-raise here? This is just a clear fold. Okay. So on this board multi-way, out of position, I think I actually like a lead. Right, yeah, like I raised, I got called twice. This is a good board for me. It's a good board for my hand. I can get value from worse aces. I think I like betting here, betting $1.50, $2, something along those lines. But as played, I check. Now I like a check raise, to be honest. There's dead $10 out there. Checks through. Yeah, now it looks like, I mean, looks like they could both have an ace. 6 could give them 2 pair. If I played this hand, like, I have no idea what I should do here. It checked through. I go for a bigger bet. I guess just expecting an ace to call. It's really weird. Yeah, I don't like how I play that hand at all. All right, gonna end this thing.